My name is Mr. DeLuca, and I've been a guidance counselor at the T.F. Phillip High School for the past 7 years. Usually, I give a boring introductory speech on how it is my job to help guide and structure your educational and vocational direction as you pass through this unstable and confusing time in your lives. But I've decided I'd like to talk to you about a private conversation that happened between two intellectuals in the field of science, which I recently heard about. That being Stephen William Hawking and Richard Buckminster Fuller, who were staying at the Irving House in February of 1979 at Harvard University. The two were on a panel lecture discussing the possibilities of contemporary paradigm shifts in the field of science. That may sound very confusing right now, but I'd like to go in another direction, talk about what happened the night before the lecture. At the Irving House, the two got into a deep conversation about directions in space. Buckminster Fuller talked about how there's no such thing as up or down because the Earth is round, thus being only in or out. For instance, when you go up the stairs, you're really going outstairs, and when you're going down the stairs, you're really going instairs. He also spoke about the direction Galileo should have taken concerning the Earth's orbiting around the Sun as opposed to the Sun orbiting around the Earth, and how that idea would have affected people differently. Mr. Fuller asked why there was a difference in each view if one cannot experience it. Also, where the cowardice was in the belief of abstract thought. Stephen Hawking brought up certain points on how the sun can deflect light from a star, making it appear in a different place from where it actually is. He also mentioned a Russian physicist and mathematician, Alexander Friedman's two assumptions. One being that the universe looks identical in whichever direction you look, and two, that it would be true if observing the universe from anywhere else. This, of course, applying to galaxies on a large-scale observation. And this conversation went on until sunrise, and was cut short because Stephen Hawking's electronic voice synthesizer malfunctioned. As he was getting wheeled out of the room by his assistant, he lifted his head up. As he did this, with his real voice he exclaimed, "If we can understand the boundaries, then we might begin to understand a sense of direction." Stephen Hawking's head fell back on his right shoulder, and he closed his eyes. To some, this may have been considered a miracle. Others may have seen it as a flux that sometimes occurs in physics, but maybe 1 out of 1 billion. Students, now is the time to decide what on earth you're going to do. In life, whichever direction you may choose might not matter. Wherever will be confined to our boundaries. The Greek definition for planet means wanderer. Which direction does a wanderer travel? I sometimes find myself scared, and right becomes left, and right becomes wrong. Human beings cannot create the boundaries when we are subject to them. I did not plan on being a guidance counselor, but now, as I speak with my real voice, the one Galileo could not produce, I, myself, am lost.